Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Doki Doki Literature Club. Wow, last episode was something, right?
Yeah, left on a little bit of a somber cliffhanger, something like that.
Yeah, you're starting to get really attached to Sayori, man.
I like all the characters a fair amount, but yeah, I am getting a little attached to her, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about her.
Yeah, that's what, guys, like, it's been about, I don't know, probably 10, maybe 15 minutes since we recorded the last video.
Right.
And, like, in that time, Austin was, like, telling me all this stuff about, like, dude, I'm worried about Sayori. Like, if I know if there's a person like that in real life and just going off about it, you really care about her.
I'm not trying to like deflect it because the answer is yeah, but like I'd like to think that I care about like anyone that I meet like that, like that. I don't know. I guess I've just been in places like that myself, and so I'm very sympathetic towards that. So if I come across someone who's like that, I want to be there for them. Not gonna lie, this one time I was in Greenville, South Carolina. I was at a coffee shop, and there was this girl who was just like crying, while doing something, and I was seriously considering like asking like if she needed to talk or anything. Just complete stranger. I didn't know who she was. I didn't end up doing it because she seemed like she was also kind of busy because she was like working on something with her laptop. So I didn't do anything about that. But I was like very, very close to just like being like, yo, what's up? Like, who do I have to beat up for you?
Plus, going up to strangers nowadays is not always the greatest thing.
Right.
But yeah,
exactly.
no, that's what you care about, those kind of people. So I knew this going in because like I knew obviously I've played this game before.
Right.
I had a feeling you were going to kind of latch on to Sayori a little bit.
Is that so?
Not in like, like a waifu kind of way.
Yeah.
Wife will get up on screen.
Shut up. No.
Sorry. But yeah, let's get back into it, see what goes on. I think we made a poem in the last one, so maybe we're going to share it today.
Right.
Let's see.
We left off on little ellipses.
Ellipses. Okay, everyone.
After some time passes, Monika calls out to the clubroom.
Why don't we share our poems now? Yep, I called it.
Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, I was just going to say, like, I called it, but at the same time, that's not super impressive, because every time that we make a poem, we share it, so...
Fair enough.
All right, we're back. We just had someone walk in while recording. Kind of like it happened during Colonel Sanders, too.
Yeah, it always tends to happen, like, with these videos.
With the videos, you definitely want people walking in on what you're playing.
Of course, because they don't feel very... They don't feel very weird and like you would be judged if they saw it.
Of course not. Of course not. Anyways, let's continue.
I make eye contact with Monika and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori.
All right, who are you going to show your poem to first?
We check in on our friend.
Ellipses. It's nice, I guess.
Come on. I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? It did have a lot of words that Yuri really liked.
It's not my fault, okay? I just chose words I liked.
Probably Yuri.
I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping.
Yeah, why don't you
sound... That makes me really happy.
Why don't you sound happy, though?
And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Ezra.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
I called bullcrap again.
Oh my gosh, you just said I'm a little tired today.
Alright. Just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
Am I 5?
Just...
If you insist.
Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori.
Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I don't like this. as a Star Wars fan, I'm obligated to say this. I got a bad feeling about this.
Got a bad feeling about this, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you better show it to the rest of the girls. The sooner we get over with this, the sooner we can go check on Yuri. Ezra.
No, that's me, actually.
Oh, sorry.
You're used to...
I immediately slipped into the Yuri voice from, 3 years ago, last time I played this? Wow.
Well, it sounded close to mine, so apparently that's just, the default voice people attribute to.
You can't tell me that's not the type of voice you think of when you see Yuri.
I mean, that's what I thought of, so yeah.
All right, let's go. Sorry.
Ezra, your writing is only improved in the last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Was I? Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. Yeah, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Ezra, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and to do some reading. In fact, I've always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so... Hold on, I just realized I'm not hearing any audio from this game. Is that just because, it...
Oh, frick, you're right.
Do we need to redo this?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, I was wondering. I was like, something feels off.
That's true. That is recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people that you just know would make really good friends. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Ezra. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people who see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Ezra. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I agree. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Alright. Each.
Oh, that looks even more, cursive than usual.
Alright. A marvel millions of years in the making. We're at the womb of the earth. What is that word?
Chaotically?
Chaotically, I believe, meets the surface. Under the clear blue sky,
an expanse of bliss. But beneath the gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in, is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down into the black in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where foam swap wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to, what is that? Erode? Erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to the earth forevermore.
Interesting.
Huh.
Good poem.
Yeah. I like
It's
it.
a long poem.
I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways, so Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the difference in our writing styles or thought processes? Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something as simple on the occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing.
Look at that, some character growth.
Nice.
Although, obviously, as a beach guy, I kind of get upset when she's like, oh, the beach is such an inane thing to write about. Like, who would ever write about the beach? The beach is wonderful, okay?
Like, dude, don't slander the beach.
Dude, I don't get it, dude. It's gnarly. It's super gnarly. But really, though, I've only ever, when people are like, oh, do you prefer the mountains or the beach? I've only ever met people who like the mountains over the beach.
Really?
Very rarely do I find other people who prefer the beach. And
Okay.
It's
So,
your opinion.
I
But
actually love both personally. However, I grew up in the mountains, so I'm very used to that. And I never got to go to the beach as a kid. So like anytime I can go to the beach, I'm like, let's go.
let's go.
You know it. All right.
I guess Natsuki, since she came up with that similar poem idea.
Right.
Oh goodness, I think my throat is still dry. Ellipses. I mean, this one's all right.
All right.
Well, yeah. Doesn't blow me away. But there's nothing I really hate about it.
That's comforting.
It's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday.
Huh? You think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her so long, you might be on the same wavelength. You never really struck me as her type.
Sayori has a type all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight.
I agree.
Brutal.
I agree.
Brutal.
Though, like, I agree. However, never mind. Anyway.
Don't let the cutting board with pink hair upset you, dude.
No, I'm actually not upset. I kind of feel that way, though. Like, sometimes. It's just, like, sometimes those make the best pairings of friends. The one who's, like, kind of overly bubbly and happy, and the one who's kind of, like, a bit of a downer. It's like, because usually there's elements of each of them in each other. It's kind of like yin and yang. You know, like, you've got the full circle, the white section that has one black dot in it, and the black section with the white dot. I feel like that's kind of how it's like complementary styles.
Yeah, it balances each other out.
Right.
Speaking of that, someone asked me like a week or two ago if they thought I was a bubbly person.
Interesting.
Yeah. And this is someone who I most people would say knows me well. But would you say that?
No.
I didn't. I'm about to say I didn't answer them. I can definitely be excitable, but I think that's different from bubbly.
I think you're a funny guy, and I think you can be excitable at times and everything. But I don't think I would describe you as bubbly.
No, I have way too dramatic swings from like, haha, funny man does YouTube to, we're all going to die. Have you watched Berserk? You should watch Berserk and Black Lagoon.
Insert Guts' theme here.
Actually, probably by the
Stares
time...
into a sunset at the beach, listening to Guts' theme.
Honestly, probably by the time this video comes out, I'll have already made a video that I'm planning on making that heavily uses that theme. So,
nice.
Self-promotion, probably, unless I haven't made the video at this point, in which case this is a waste, but check the eye icon. Anyways, let's continue.
Alright. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we take care of each other in our own way.
That's actually a really good, visual.
Yeah.
It's a good metaphor.
How can you not get it? He used a balloon.
No,
This is
whatever
like
it is.
your language.
Shut up! Whatever it is, I don't like it. I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here.
I'll be your beach.
Oh, we're terrible.
Pardon me.
We're
Pardon
terrible.
me. I'm sorry. I am a horrible human being.
All right.
I would like to apologize. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond our sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you had left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in the sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in a windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Interesting.
Honestly, that felt more like song lyrics.
That's true, actually.
Like
yeah.
the repetition of I'll be the beach felt a lot like a chorus.
Right.
It was a good poem, though.
Yeah.
But as much as I want to analyze it, let's keep
Yeah.
moving forward. I must keep moving forward.
Until the poems are destroyed.
Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome.
Oh
With
my
that,
gosh.
I can agree with you.
Great, now all those beach people look like we're Natsuki.
Shut up.
These were made by mountain people, weren't they?
Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. As much as I love the beach and am an advocate for it, that sticky sunscreen feeling, the sand that gets literally flipping everywhere, sunburns.
Okay, Anakin, calm down.
I'm just saying, you can find anything negative about anything if you try hard enough.
I live at the beach. I can tell you a lot negative about it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, Yuri's take on it was a little more solemn.
Well, that's... She better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same topic.
Hold up. She said that you were the... Who's the liar?
all right, let's play cap or
the
no. Who's capping here, Austin?
Factor Cap.
Factor
Okay.
cap, that's good.
Welcome back to Factor Cap. In today's edition, I say that while they're both equally embarrassed about things like this, I'd say that it's Natsuki, who's the one who suggested that they write about the same thing, because she was the one that we mentioned, yeah, Yuri wrote about the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I think, but I don't know.
I actually think it's Yuri.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I get the impression like Natsuki wouldn't lie about this. Like she was like, now she's like, that you don't like the poem, she's deflecting to the person who actually came up with the idea. Whereas before she didn't mention it. And Yuri strikes me as a kind who, her poem was about, she didn't want to be judged and like looked at differently by all these other people.
Right.
So she doesn't want Why can't I think of what to say? I don't know. It seems like she's like, oh, she had the idea, but she doesn't want you to know that she had the idea. Like, she's scared of kind of like being that petty, even though Natsuki does seem the more petty one. Let us know down in the comments which one you think is facting or capping. Let's continue on.
Let's be honest. Maybe Yuri just gaslit Natsuki into thinking that it was her idea.
Ooh. Hold on. Who's the... Actually, no. I was going to throw up one of those gaslight gatekeep girl boss memes and then put one of the Doki girls there. But
Would that spoil something?
I don't know. I only briefly had the idea, but I immediately thought, that might spoil something, and I think it would, so I'm going to refrain.
All right. Anyway.
You can really see her doing that, too. Making us write about the simple topic and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy.
See, this doesn't sound like what someone who came up with the idea would say.
Unless you're good at lying.
Well, yeah, but Natsuki doesn't strike me as
an art, my guy.
She doesn't strike me as someone who's good at lying.
That's fair.
Someone who's good with her emotions.
That's fair.
Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical, too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Now, I will say that they had the same outlook on it, because they were both like, well, mine was more simple.
Oh, well, mine was more metaphorical.
Right.
All right, now it's just Monika. Let's go. Hi, Ezra. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyways, let's take a look at today's poem. I feel like every time I make one of these girls laugh, it feels so unnatural.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm like, talking.
Do you
know?
Do you know anyone who can like fake a laugh? Actually, they fake a laugh and it sounds good.
Can't think.
Exactly.
I would. On one hand, I would say I could, but I don't know if my fake laugh is actually convincing enough.
Interesting. We'll have to test that later.
Maybe.
Anyway, sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Ellipses.
Ellipses. Great job, Ezra. I was going. Oh, in my head while reading. Oh wow.
Oh wow, a cookie.
Oh, I was thinking of Psyche K.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to say, oh wow, anytime now. All right.
Okay, but why does she give off the same vibes as that character?
She kind of does.
Like, as far as personality.
I can kind of see, in her face a little bit. Throw her up on screen.
How is it every time Monika comes on screen, I'm trying to compare her to some sort of reference that I know of to get a read on?
Is that a freaking JoJo reference?
Shut up.
Is that Joseph Joestar? Is that a stand manifesting behind her?
Oh yeah, the stand with the clicky pointy thing.
The clicky Now I'm gonna go find a computer mouse themed stand. Thanks, Austin.
You fool, you fell right into my literature stand, the clicky pointy thing. On days of the school, only during club hours, it can attack with brutal efficiency.
I'm not gonna say that. Continue.
Anyway.
It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
That's right. Make sure not to let it happen again. Anyway, it's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in.
Amen to that, brother. That's not very fair.
Shut up. This is my creed. It's how I live.
These are the words of the creed. Follow them. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
So I've been informed.
Yeah, I'm about to say everyone's saying Yuri likes your poem.
Yeah,
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism.
The symbolism.
Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Oh, that's how you tell what hers are.
Well, okay then. I mean, that's nice to know.
Okay. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. Anyways, I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Oh boy. All right. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders the earth, the lady who knows everything, a beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift in the sky, victim to the currents of the wind, day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall and fall and fall, even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything, knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Wow. Nihilism central. All right. Interesting.
Interesting poem. Well, it kind of fit the nihilism more at the end.
Right.
The rest of it isn't. That felt like a poem like I would read in like a literature class.
Like it actually felt like a legitimate. Yeah.
It was funny. Last episode, whenever they were reading their poems, but they weren't actually reading their poems.
Right.
I was like, haha, good on you, game designers. This way, you don't have to actually write any poems about a literature game. Then I realized, oh wait, we've literally been reading poems these people created the entire time.
Right.
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of the same things, sort of the things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures.
Says the two-dimensional creature.
I think you know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional? Hold up. All right.
I didn't catch that at first too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good?
Yes.
It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much time into.
Yes.
But if you find other people who really enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier.
So you'll say.
Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on, like saying sentences without stumbling over your words. I can definitely work on that. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think?
Okay. Yeah.
That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
Tune in next time. Same bad time. Same bat channel. Blat channel.
Blat. Same blood channel.
I am almost positive, and if it exists, I'm throwing it on screen right now. There's gotta be a picture of like the Doki girls doing the Slavic squat in like Adidas pants holding like a bottle of vodka.
I mean, the internet is a crazy place.
If it doesn't exist, I'm making it.
Alright.
Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me or did you say something strange just now?
Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrases when addressing the club.
Catchphrases?
I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez. Why is it the mood is so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
Thanks for the ominous note, Edgar Allan Poe.
In your books, maybe.
Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Ah, it seems you're right.
Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyways? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please, show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? Shame on you, dude. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
First off, rude. Second off, if I was just to ditch literature club just for one girl, number one, that's like Simp City. However, I wouldn't actually care in real life. Yeah, I totally get that.
Pragmatism. Prioritizing the mass over the one.
First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. What is that?
I can't.
Please stop.
That was super.
That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people.
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine.
What did she say?
Anyways, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes,
as always.
But we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri, you can, Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri?
I'm useless. Whoa, calm down. Have a little self-esteem.
No! That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too, right?
Jeez, even I can tell now. At least you're aware you're a dense cinder block. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be a good leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to set up the atmosphere.
Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Ezra.
The one who is truly useless. Hey!
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. You see where this is going? It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You see where this is going? You could always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that.
That's... Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members?
Ooh, spicy.
How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I don't know. How are they going to respond?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monika's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyways.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Ezra may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
But hold on now, I never said anything like that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyways? That's really, you're just gonna make excuses for Ezra to...
What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Ezra to decide how he'd like to help and contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said...
I'm surprised as well.
Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we just settle this already?
Yeah. Ezra, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Of course. Very well.
In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. Oh no.
And they look at you because they decide that this is where we're going to cut the video short. No, you're not going to decide before.
Alright.
You have to wait. So we're going to save the game. We're going to come back to it at a later date so that we can hit the hay. So this will give you some time to decide which of these you want to go for, who you want to spend the weekend with, as it were. So yeah, we're going to call it quits there, guys. And guess we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace out.